Imagine this: you're browsing online, ready to click buy on that perfect item. Then, you see it, a shipping fee. Suddenly, that item feels less appealing, right? But if that fee vanishes, replaced by free shipping, your finger hovers over the purchase button with newfound enthusiasm. Why? This isn't just about saving a few dollars, it's about a profound psychological shift. Research indicates that free shipping doesn't just encourage purchases, it fundamentally alters what we choose to buy, how much we spend, and even our perception of value. It's an unseen force shaping our online carts, and today, we're going to investigate why. Think about the ubiquity of free shipping today. Companies like Amazon pioneered and popularized this concept, fundamentally changing customer expectations. Before their widespread adoption of subscription-based free shipping, paying for delivery was the norm. Now, it's often a deal-breaker if it's not offered. A study by Walker Sands Communications found that free shipping is the top incentive for online shoppers. This shift isn't accidental, it's a carefully orchestrated retail strategy that leverages deep insights into human psychology. But how did free become so powerful that it dictated our shopping choices? First, let's define our terms. What exactly is free shipping? In its purest sense, it means the customer pays no separate charge for the delivery of their goods. However, common sense tells us that shipping isn't actually free for anyone. Logistics, fuel, labor, packaging, these all cost money. So, if we, the customers, aren't paying for it directly, who is? And how does this hidden cost influence the perceived value of what we're buying? The answer lies in how retailers choose to absorb or redistribute these costs, a decision that profoundly impacts our purchasing behavior. Experts in retail economics explain that free shipping is rarely a genuine absorption of cost by the retailer. Instead, the shipping expense is typically redistributed. This can happen in a few key ways. One common method is increasing the base price of the product itself. Another is through minimum order thresholds, compelling customers to spend more to qualify. A third strategy involves using slower, less expensive shipping methods. Each of these approaches has a distinct impact on what we buy. For instance, raising product prices subtly changes our perception of value, while minimums directly influence our cart size. Why is the word free so incredibly powerful? Behavioral economists, like the renowned Dan Ariely, have conducted extensive research into what he calls the magic of free. His experiments demonstrate that when something is free, our decision-making process fundamentally changes. We often disregard the true value or even the necessity of an item if it comes with no direct cost. The utility or actual benefit of the item becomes secondary to the allure of getting something for nothing. This psychological phenomenon is a core reason why free shipping is so effective at altering our buying habits. Central to the magic of free is the concept of pain of paying. This refers to the psychological discomfort we experience when parting with money. Studies show that a separate shipping charge feels like an additional pain point on top of the product's price. It's an extra mental hurdle. When free shipping is offered, this distinct pain point is removed. Even if the product price has been slightly inflated to cover shipping, consumers tend to perceive this as a single, consolidated cost, making the transaction feel smoother and less painful. This reduction in psychological friction directly influences our willingness to buy. One of the most powerful cognitive biases at play here is loss aversion. Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman's research demonstrates that the pain of losing something is psychologically twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining something of equal value. For consumers, paying a shipping fee is framed as a direct loss, money leaving our wallet for a non-tangible service. However, free shipping eliminates this perceived loss. We're not gaining anything extra, but the absence of a charge feels like avoiding a loss, which is a stronger motivator than a pure gain. This makes us more inclined to complete the purchase. The anchoring effect also plays a crucial role. This bias describes our tendency to rely heavily on the first piece of information offered, than anchor, when making decisions. When a product is initially listed with a price, that's our anchor. If shipping is added separately, it feels like an additional cost on top of that anchor, often making the total seem higher and less appealing. But with free shipping, the initial product price becomes the total price in our minds, anchoring our perception of value at that point, making the overall offer seem more attractive and fixed. This can subtly lead us to accept higher initial prices. From the retailer's perspective, the primary goal of free shipping is to boost conversion rates, turning browsers into buyers. Numerous studies across e-commerce platforms confirm that offering free shipping is one of the most effective strategies for reducing cart abandonment. When customers see a shipping fee pop up at checkout, it's a common trigger for them to abandon their purchase. By removing this barrier, retailers significantly increase the likelihood that a customer will complete their transaction. This direct impact on conversion makes free shipping an almost irresistible offering for businesses, despite the associated costs. Beyond simply converting sales, free shipping often drives a higher average order value, or AOV. This is especially true when free shipping is offered with a minimum spend threshold. If a customer has a $30 item in their cart and free shipping kicks in at $35, they are highly incentivized to add another $5 item, even if they don't strictly need it. Research from marketing profs indicates that free shipping can increase average order values by as much as 30%. This tactic leverages our desire to optimize the deal, making us spend more than our initial intention, all to avoid that perceived shipping loss. Consider the small item dilemma. If you want to buy a $7 toothbrush online and the shipping costs $5, you're unlikely to proceed. The shipping cost represents a disproportionately high percentage of the total. But if shipping is free, that $7 toothbrush becomes a perfectly reasonable purchase. This changes what we buy by making low-cost items viable for online purchase. Without free shipping, many small, inexpensive goods would never be bought online due to punitive delivery fees. This encourages consumers to buy individually small items more frequently, rather than bundling them to dilute shipping costs. Free shipping acts as an impulse buy multiplier. The reduced psychological friction and perceived absence of additional cost make us more prone to spontaneous purchases. When we don't have to factor in an extra fee, an item we hadn't planned on buying seems less expensive overall. This can lead to increased basket sizes with items that weren't on our original list. A consumer who might think twice about a $15 accessory with a $5 shipping fee will readily add it to their $50 order if shipping is free, assuming the $15 is the only cost. This changes what we buy by encouraging more just-in-case or why-not additions. Another less obvious impact of free shipping, particularly free returns, is how it changes our willingness to experiment with purchases. If you're unsure about the size or fit of an item, knowing you can send it back without paying for return shipping significantly reduces the risk. This encourages buying multiple sizes or colors with the intention of returning the ones that don't work. While this is convenient for consumers, it represents a substantial logistical cost for retailers and can lead to overordering. This practice, facilitated by free returns, fundamentally changes how we interact with product selection. The concept of psychological ownership also plays a part. Once we've clicked buy with free shipping, we begin to feel a sense of ownership over the item, even before it arrives. The perceived cost is final at the point of purchase, without any nagging extra fees. This sense of ownership makes us less likely to cancel the order or regret the purchase. A separate shipping charge, however, can delay this feeling, as it prolongs the decision-making process, causing us to second-guess. The seamless free shipping transaction helps cement our commitment to the purchase. Retailers also use free shipping to build brand loyalty and trust. A brand that consistently offers free shipping is often perceived as more customer-friendly and generous. This can lead to repeat purchases and a stronger affinity for the brand. A study by Invest found that 93% of online shoppers are encouraged to buy more products if free shipping options are available. This long-term strategy of fostering loyalty directly influences what we buy, as we gravitate towards retailers who offer this perceived perk, even if their base prices are marginally higher. One of the most direct ways free shipping changes what we buy is through minimum order thresholds. You've probably seen it: Free shipping on orders over $X. This isn't just an arbitrary number, it's a carefully calculated amount designed to nudge customers into spending more. If you're just under the threshold, say $5 away, the psychological incentive to add an inexpensive item to your cart to unlock free shipping is incredibly strong. It feels like you're saving money by spending more, even though you might be buying something you don't truly need or want, effectively increasing your total outlay. Subscription models like Amazon Prime or Walmart Plus offer another dimension to free shipping. Here, customers pay an annual or monthly fee for unlimited free shipping, among other perks. This upfront payment entirely removes the pain of paying for shipping on individual orders. Once subscribed, the mental accounting for shipping costs vanishes. This encourages frequent, smaller purchases, as there's no perceived extra cost for each delivery. It changes what we buy by making us feel less inhibited about ordering a single item, knowing the shipping is already covered, potentially increasing overall consumption. One of the biggest misconceptions is that free shipping always means a cheaper overall purchase. This isn't necessarily true. As we discussed, retailers often bake the shipping cost into the product's price. So, a $20 item with $5 shipping might become a $25 item with free shipping. While the total is the same, our perception of value is altered. We often fail to compare the all-in cost across different retailers, instead focusing solely on the product price when shipping is free. This cognitive shortcut can lead us to overlook genuinely cheaper options that have a transparent shipping fee. Another common misconception is that free shipping is a gift from the retailer. It's often perceived as an act of generosity, rather than a calculated business strategy. However, as numerous industry analyses confirm, this is a strategic move designed to maximize profits and customer retention. While it benefits consumers by removing a direct charge, it's fundamentally a marketing tool. Understanding this distinction is crucial for becoming a savvier shopper. Recognizing that it's a tactic, not a gratuity, empowers us to evaluate offers more critically and make more informed purchasing decisions. Free shipping significantly impacts how we comparison shop. When shipping costs are separate, consumers are more likely to meticulously compare total prices, including delivery fees, across multiple retailers. However, when free shipping is offered, we tend to fixate on the base product price, assuming it's the final cost. This can lead to less thorough comparison shopping and potentially higher overall spending. A study by the Wharton School found that customers often overestimate the savings from free shipping, leading them to disregard competitors with slightly lower product prices but transparent shipping fees. Beyond our wallets, free shipping has a significant, often overlooked, environmental cost. The increased frequency of smaller orders, coupled with the pressure for faster delivery, leads to more packaging waste and higher carbon emissions from transportation. If a customer orders a single item because shipping is free, rather than consolidating purchases, it results in less efficient delivery routes and more packaging per item. This drives up the environmental footprint of e-commerce, a hidden consequence of our desire for free and fast delivery that changes not just what we buy, but how often and how much. The widespread expectation of free shipping puts immense pressure on retailers, particularly smaller businesses. To compete with giants like Amazon, they are often forced to offer free shipping, even if it cuts deeply into their margins. This can lead to difficult choices, raising prices, compromising on product quality, or absorbing losses. For some, it might even mean going out of business. This competitive pressure, fueled by consumer demand for free, shapes the retail landscape and indirectly affects the variety and quality of products available, thus changing what we ultimately have access to. Free shipping drastically alters our perception of value. When we pay for shipping, we explicitly value the delivery service. When it's free, that service becomes invisible or devalued. We assign all the value to the product itself, not the process of getting it to us. This can make us less appreciative of the logistical effort involved in e-commerce. It also means we're less likely to factor shipping costs into the true price of an item, making us more susceptible to buying things that, with shipping factored in, might not be as good a deal as they appear. This changes what we buy by clouding our judgment of overall worth. Here's a wait, really, moment. A study published in the Journal of Marketing Research revealed that customers are often willing to pay more for an item with free shipping than for the exact same item at a lower price plus a separate shipping fee. For example, people preferred a $50 item with free shipping over a $45 item with $2 shipping, even though the latter is objectively cheaper. This isn't rational, it's purely psychological. The perception of free overrides the mathematical reality of saving money, demonstrating how deeply this strategy affects our buying decisions. Free shipping also plays into our sense of urgency. Often, free shipping means standard, slower delivery. If you need an item quickly, you'll likely encounter options for expedited shipping, which do have a cost. This creates a psychological trade-off, free but slow, or fast but paid. While free shipping encourages purchases, the option for paid expedited shipping caters to immediate gratification. This changes what we buy by creating a two-tiered system of perceived value, one for patience, one for speed, influencing whether we prioritize cost savings or instant satisfaction for specific items. The prevalence of free shipping has dramatically raised customer expectations. What was once a bonus is now often considered a baseline requirement. If a retailer doesn't offer free shipping, many consumers will simply move on to a competitor who does. This has created a self-reinforcing cycle where retailers feel compelled to offer it to stay competitive, further embedding it into consumer behavior. This shift in expectation changes what we buy by narrowing our shopping universe to only those retailers who meet this free shipping criteria, regardless of other factors like price or unique product offerings. Free shipping often leads to what we might call the basket size illusion. Consumers, striving to meet a free shipping threshold, will add items to their cart that they might not otherwise purchase. While this increases the retailer's average order value, it doesn't always represent a true saving for the consumer. You might spend an extra $10 on items you didn't really need to avoid a $7 shipping fee, technically saving $7 but actually spending $3 more overall on unwanted goods. This behavior, driven by the desire to optimize the free shipping offer, clearly changes the contents of our shopping baskets. Free shipping can also introduce a geographic bias in our purchasing. If you live closer to a retailer's warehouse or distribution center, the actual cost of shipping is lower for the company. However, the free shipping model often standardizes this cost across a region or country, effectively subsidizing distant customers. This means local customers might be paying a slightly inflated product price to cover the shipping costs of those further away. While this doesn't directly change what you buy, it changes the true economic value of purchases based on your location, a subtle redistribution of cost. Often, free shipping offers are presented as limited time deals, free shipping for the next 24 hours. This creates a fear of missing out, or FOMO, pushing consumers to make quicker decisions than they might otherwise. The urgency overrides careful consideration, leading to impulse purchases of items that might not have been a priority. This tactic directly changes when we buy, and by extension, what we buy, as we rush to capitalize on the disappearing free offer. It's a powerful psychological lever that retail strategists frequently deploy. Retailers also use free shipping to segment their customer base. They might offer free shipping only to loyalty program members, or to first-time buyers, or on specific product categories. This customizes the free experience, rewarding certain behaviors or attracting new demographics. For example, a store might offer free shipping on apparel but not on bulky home goods. This segmentation influences what those specific customers buy and how. It creates different sets of rules that, while seemingly beneficial, can subtly direct purchases towards higher margin items or preferred customer groups. Revisiting small businesses, the challenge of free shipping is particularly acute. Unlike large corporations with massive economies of scale and sophisticated logistics, small businesses often operate on razor-thin margins. Offering free shipping can be financially unsustainable, forcing them to raise prices significantly or absorb losses. This dynamic changes what we buy by inadvertently pushing us towards larger retailers who can afford to play the free shipping game. It stifles competition and reduces consumer choice from independent vendors, centralizing purchases to fewer, larger players. Interestingly, free shipping can even subtly influence our perception of product quality. If a seller offers free shipping, it can sometimes be subconsciously interpreted as a sign of confidence in their product or their business. The thinking might be, they must be doing well if they can afford to ship for free. Conversely, a separate, high shipping fee might suggest a less established or less reputable vendor, even if it's just due to their business model. This psychological association changes what we buy by factoring in perceived business health as a proxy for product quality. Ultimately, free shipping is perceived as a massive convenience. It simplifies the checkout process, removes a cognitive load, and makes the total cost clear up front. This convenience alone is a powerful driver of purchasing behavior. When shopping online, ease of transaction is paramount. Any friction point, like an unexpected shipping fee, can lead to frustration and abandonment. By eliminating this, free shipping smoothens the path to purchase, encouraging us to buy more frequently and from more varied sources, simply because it's easier. Convenience, therefore, profoundly changes the landscape of our shopping choices. Let's look at a concrete example. Fashion retailer Zara often employs dynamic free shipping strategies. They might offer free shipping for a limited period, or only for orders above a certain value, or free in-store returns for online purchases. These varied approaches are designed to influence different aspects of consumer behavior. The limited time offer generates urgency. The minimum threshold encourages larger basket sizes. Free in-store returns reduce the risk of ordering multiple sizes. Each strategy is a calculated move to change not just if you buy, but how and how much you buy from them. In the electronics sector, free shipping plays a crucial role for high-value items. When buying a new laptop or TV, a $50 to $100 shipping fee can be a significant deterrent. Offering free shipping on these expensive goods makes the total price feel more digestible and transparent. This incentivizes consumers to purchase large, delicate items online that they might otherwise buy in a physical store. The free makes the logistical challenge of shipping a large TV disappear from the consumer's mental calculus, fundamentally changing the perceived risk and feasibility of online purchasing for such goods. How does this compare to traditional brick-and-mortar retail? In a physical store, you incur costs like gas, parking, and your time. These are implicitly shipping costs you pay yourself. Online, free shipping effectively outsources these costs to the retailer, who then bakes them into the product price or offsets them with increased volume. This shift fundamentally changes the overall cost equation and the convenience factor for the consumer, making online shopping with free delivery often seem superior, even if the underlying product price is higher to compensate for it. Looking at the long-term impact, free shipping has solidified e-commerce as the dominant retail channel. It has trained generations of consumers to expect delivery without an explicit charge, reshaping an entire industry. This expectation continues to drive innovation in logistics, pricing strategies, and customer retention. It dictates not just what we buy, but where we buy it from, favoring nimble online players and challenging traditional storefronts to adapt or risk obsolescence. The free shipping revolution is far from over, continuing to evolve and impact our purchasing decisions daily. So, how can you become a smarter shopper in a world dominated by free shipping? First, always compare the total cost. Don't just look at the product price, factor in any hidden shipping costs or the value of any items you added just to reach a free shipping threshold. Second, be aware of the psychological levers at play. Recognize loss aversion, anchoring, and FOMO. Ask yourself if you truly need the item or if you're just reacting to the free offer. This critical thinking empowers you to make conscious choices, rather than being swayed by perceived savings. Additionally, always read the fine print. Does free shipping apply to all items? Is there a minimum order? What are the return shipping policies? Understanding these details can prevent unexpected costs and frustrations later on. For example, free shipping might only apply to standard delivery, with an extra charge for expedited service. Being informed about the specific terms of an offer allows you to make a more accurate assessment of its true value and helps you discern whether the free aspect is genuinely beneficial or merely a persuasive marketing tactic. Finally, consider supporting businesses that are transparent about their shipping costs, even if it means paying a small fee. This encourages a more sustainable and ethical e-commerce ecosystem. When shipping costs are explicitly stated, it allows businesses to price their products more fairly and avoid the pressure of baking logistics into item prices. This conscious approach to shopping acknowledges the real costs of delivery and can foster a more balanced retail environment, ultimately giving you more authentic choices and a clearer understanding of what you're truly paying for. In conclusion, free shipping is a masterful marketing tool that has profoundly changed the way we shop. It leverages our innate psychological biases, loss aversion, anchoring, the magic of free, to influence everything from the items we put in our cart to the overall amount we spend. While incredibly convenient, it often masks redistributed costs, impacts small businesses, and carries environmental consequences. Understanding these underlying mechanisms allows us to move beyond the illusion of free and make more informed, deliberate purchasing decisions. The free is never truly free, it's just paid in a different way, changing what we buy in profound, often invisible, ways.